Okay, y'all, this is the man in the black mask, and he's live on the air, and he's here to talk about a legendary day indeed for black justice. You know why? Because killer cop Kimberly Potter faces manslaughter charges in shooting death of Daunte Wright, okay? Looks like we're going to get justice, okay? But let me just say this one thing, okay? 2021 has been a year of the motherfucker. You know why? Because the motherfuckers that do shit to us tend to get away with it. And now, guess what? It's coming back to bite them in the ass. Okay? So let's begin, okay? Let's begin. Kimberly Potter arrested will be charged with manslaughter in Daunte Wright shooting. See this? This is the headline from the post that I want to read and share with you. Politics matter in the face of COVID. That's why I signed up for this channel, okay? Because I got something to say. And keep supporting the man in the black mask. You're doing a good job. Kimberly Potter, the former Minnesota police officer who shot Daunte Wright after mistakenly drawing her gun instead of her taser, was arrested Wednesday and will be charged with second-degree manslaughter, state prosecutor said. Now, how the hell was it an accident when she deliberately drew her gun? Let me tell you something. A taser is yellow and a gun is black. Okay? How the fuck can you not tell the difference between a steel and a zap gun? You know, the taser. Piece of shit. That's what she is. She's a piece of shit. She should never have worn the badge, okay? And let me tell you why she resigned. To reduce accountability. Thinking that she could get away with this. Okay, if I walk away, they're not going to fuck with me. Well, guess what? She was wrong. The prosecutors did fuck with her. Thank you. Agents with the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, BCA, this morning arrested a former Brooklyn Center police officer for the April 11th shooting death of Daunte Wright, the state agency said on Twitter. Agents took Kim Potter into custody at approximately 11:30 a.m. at the BCA in St. Paul. The BCA said that after consultation with Washington County prosecutors, Potter will be booked into Hennepin County Jail. Congratulations, man. Black Lives Matter. Support the Black Lives Matter movement. Washington County Attorney Peter Orput is expected to prosecute the case locally. Said earlier that the details of the charges will be released later. According to the Twin Cities Pioneer Press, Potter, 48, was charged a day after she resigned from the Brooklyn Center Police Department in the wake of the 20-year-old shooting, which set off a third day of protests in the Minneapolis suburb. I'm glad her resignation was not accepted, okay? Don't think for 1 second that you can kill an innocent man and retire with a pension. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Not if criminality was involved. So, saying the lieutenant, right, the boss that did not accept Kim Potter's resignation did the absolute right thing. Because then, had he did otherwise, he would have condoned what Kim Potter and others before her did, which was kill innocent people, regardless of black or white. I'm sorry. Never reward bad behavior, according to Dr. Phil. The 26-year veteran and police chief Tim Gannon both resigned in the wake of the shooting. The city council also fired city manager Kurt Bognay over the incident. Washington County was tapped to decide on charging instead of Hennepin County, where Brooklyn Center is located, to avoid a conflict of interest. Good one, officials said. Wright's death is also under review by the BCA. That's called an inquest. When someone dies in custody, an inquest is mandated. Whether it be an officer-involved shooting or a death in jail, whether it be murder or suicide, either way, an inquest is mandated. Brooklyn Center Mayor Mike Elliott on Tuesday said he would ask Governor Tim Walz to turn the prosecution over to Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison. Wright was pulled over around 2 p.m. Sunday for having a suspended registration, authorities said. Police said that they determined he was sought on a misdemeanor arrest warrant and tried to arrest him. But the young man broke away and got back in his car, where he was shot by Potter before speeding off and crashing farther down the road, where he was pronounced dead. Police said the officer mistakenly grabbed her service weapon instead of her taser and fired a single fatal shot. Something that I call bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Daunte Wright's brother also said it was bullshit. You know? He called it quote unquote straight up bullshit. And I know a lot of us are in agreement with that because she knew the difference between a taser and a steel. Okay? She neglected to draw her taser. So she opted to draw her gun and sentence this kid to death all over a misdemeanor. You don't do that. You don't kill somebody over no misdemeanor. Okay? That was no accident. Okay? Now I'm starting to think of Fruitvale Station, Oscar Grant III. Y'all seen the movie Fruitvale Station? This took place in like 1986. Oscar Grant was shot in the back by a white police officer. And see, this is like 1985, 1986. All right. Backtrack to Kimberly, okay? Kimberly Potter. Holy shit, she can be heard saying on body cam video. I just shot him. On purpose. She did that on purpose, okay? She intentionally drew her gun, pulled the trigger, smoked Daunte Wright for no reason, okay? She smoked an innocent man over a misdemeanor, okay? If she really wanted to draw her taser, then she would have reached for her taser the right way instead of the gun, okay? I mean, come on now. She set out to kill a black man. She set out to kill an innocent black man, okay? And now the whole country is pissed over it. And quite frankly, so am I, okay? I have been a product of racism. So I have every right to talk to you like this. Potter, who was training another officer at the time of a fatal mistake, was then placed on administrative leave. This was not a mistake, okay? I wish they'd stop fucking saying mistake, okay? This was no motherfucking mistake. You understand? This is far from a mistake. This is murder. But luckily, she ain't getting charged with murder. She's a lucky son of a bitch. In a statement announcing her resignation, she said, I have loved every minute of being a police officer and serving this country to the best of my ability. Shut the fuck up. If you really loved working for the police department, you would not have set out to kill an innocent man, you dumb son of a bitch. But I believe it is in the best interest of the community, the department, and my fellow officers if I resign immediately, she wrote. You believe this? This is another fucking lie. Okay, I just want to show it to you, okay? See that? But I believe it is in the best interest of the community, the department, and my fellow officers if I resign immediately. Okay, that is a fucking lie, okay? She expected to draw that pension, okay, and she wants everybody to feel sorry for her for killing an innocent black person. No fucking way. No fucking way. You're not going to get a pension. The only thing you're going to get is a prison cell. You're not going to get no fucking pension as a convicted felon. Get the fuck out of here. Derek Chauvin, he's another one. He too can kiss my fucking ass. What he did to George Floyd. And now he wants his lawyers to kiss his ass over the fact that, that the force was justified. No, it wasn't justified. And those of you that say that Kim Potter was right to do what she did to Daunte Wright, well, guess what? You can go fuck yourself. Just like if Derek Chauvin had a right to kill George Floyd and you feel that way, you can go fuck yourself. Okay? Go fuck yourself. Fucking Trumpies nowadays, huh? Wright had an open warrant related to an armed robbery against him when he was shot dead. This is all. Wait, first they say it was a misdemeanor, and then they say armed robbery. Now I'm hearing a lot of conflicting stories, and I don't know which one to believe because it confuses the shit out of me. He and another man have been charged with first-degree aggravated robbery in December 2019 for allegedly trying to steal $820 from a woman at gunpoint. Allegedly, according to Hennepin County District Court documents. Yeah, notice allegedly. Why? Because allegedly means presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. In a statement Wednesday, Wright family attorney Ben Crump said the decision to charge Potter is appreciated, but added that no conviction can give the Wright family their loved one back. Now, the only thing to root for is justice, okay? This is what we need, justice. Justice for Floyd, justice for Wright, okay? Black Lives Matter. This was no accident, the statement said. I believe that. I believe they're frank in what they said, that it was no accident. Okay? She went for the steal instead of the fucking taser, and now she wants to cry like a bitch and then make an excuse. Holy shit, I shot him. You meant to shoot him. You meant to shoot him. So what the fuck are you talking about? Fucking liar, son. Like, this is no accident, the statement said. This is an intentional, deliberate, and unlawful use of force. Fucking A. Okay? She meant to kill that black dude. Okay? Over a misdemeanor. Okay? One side says armed robbery, the other side says a misdemeanor. And I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I think they're all trying to cover for that piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? This Kimberly Potter chick. Now, when she goes to trial, her and her defense attorneys are going to cook up some defense that could take the blame off of her and place the blame onto the decedent, Daunte Wright, something I hope never happens. Because so fucking what we have a path? Do it justify us being killed by a cop, black or white? Come on now. I mean, fucking George Floyd had a criminal record, but did it give Derek Chauvin the right to choke his ass to death with his knee? No. Okay? George Floyd should have never been Radio Raheem. He should have never been killed like that. Okay? They don't give Chauvin the right to Radio Raheem George Floyd just because he's a fucking bad apple. Just like the rest of us. Okay, so fucking what with bad apples? But do it justify murder? Come on now. Now, I was praying, right? When I heard the news this past weekend, I was praying that they would bust Kim Potter on principle and lock her ass up for a long time. So far, the stakes are high. And like I said, this is going to draw controversy a few years down the line, okay? This is a white woman, a white cop that set out to kill an innocent black man, okay? Just like, this film Do the Right Thing, when this white cop set out to kill Radio Raheem. You know what I'm saying? Choke him out with his nightstick. I mean, how the fuck do you justify murdering a black man just because he's a bad fucking apple? I mean, come on now. I am glad that we're going to see justice. I am glad that Black Lives Matter means something, okay? There is a lot of truth and a lot of meaning that Black Lives Matter, okay? It means black people are entitled to the same treatment as a white person does. So far, that's missing. We are not subjected to positive treatment. We're only subjected to negative, okay? And when we come in contact with the system, these judges are quick to throw the book at us and piss on us as if we brung this shit on ourselves. We don't bring nothing on ourselves. We're the products of our environment. I mean, how long do it take to get your act together? I would also like to see criminal justice reform. And now that Biden is in office, that needs to happen. This needs to fucking stop. Is that clear? I mean, this shit ain't funny no more. Okay? We should not be shot down like dogs just because we're bad apples. Just because we have a past that we didn't bring on ourselves. And you want to punish us with death? What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus, man. I don't know. I'm just so upset and confused by this, man. I can't even begin to fathom it. I cannot conceive of it. But my tenant states that Kim Potter deserves to be locked up for a long time, okay? Even though she didn't get second or third degree murder, but at least she got manslaughter, okay? In some cases, manslaughter can punish just as harshly as a murder conviction would, okay? And let me tell you, Kim Potter is going to have to look over her shoulder when she's at that level 3 prison yard, okay? Now, a lot of black inmates are probably going to want to try to take a piece of her ass. They're going to want to take a piece out of her. They're going to want to fucking kill her because she killed a black person, a black man, somebody who's just clearly minding his goddamn business, somebody who should never have been shot down like a dog in the first place. Okay? That cop killed an innocent man. If she really loved being a police officer, she wouldn't have done what she did, okay? And then she gonna resign like a pussy to duck the rap? Oh, man. I'm sorry. You cannot do that, man. You can't run away from your problems. You gotta face the music just like everybody else, okay? Kim Potter needs to face the goddamn music. Capiche? She ruined her life, and she ruined the lives of the families of Daunte Wright, okay? She completely fucked herself here, okay? And I don't see nothing good about white people killing black folks for nothing. Okay? And ever since fucking Donald Trump took office, more and more black people got killed for no fucking reason. Okay? I don't see nothing being done about it, and it fucking pisses me off. I mean, give me a fucking break. I mean, we were put here for a purpose. We were put here so that we could have a normal life. So far, that's missing. And what hurts me the worst is that kids are suffering too. And when kids enter the criminal justice system, a lot of them people of color, they tend to get the brunt of it. You know what I'm saying? Half of them get tried as adults and ultimately get locked up. And when I see that Derek Chauvin video of him choking George Floyd with his knee, part of me just wants to break his fucking neck. If he was standing in front of me, that's what I would have done. I would have broke his fucking neck. I mean, no offense, but I'm just telling you how I feel, okay? Because I don't like to keep stuff bottled in. Not that I wish evil on nobody, but I just don't want to see bad people get away with crime all the time, okay? I just want to see more good people get treated properly than bad people would. I want to see innocent people get fair treatment and not the guilty. So far, the guilty are getting fair treatment and the innocent are getting bullshit treatment. And I also think of the Central Park Five that was accused of raping this white woman back in '89. And I remember we had talk about that in high school, you know, about the Central Park Five, you know. And part of me starts to think that this jogger lied to ruin those poor black kids' lives. And they spent half their lives in isolation, you know, prison. I mean, that shit just makes me fucking sad. That could have been me, that could have been a lot of you. Just like when Daunte Wright got killed, that could have been me. I could have been killed by a fucking cop. And nobody wouldn't even give a shit. Or would they? Who knows? But that could have been me. That could have been any of you. That could have been any of us. What happened to Daunte Wright could have happened to any of us. Atish? I mean, this is just not right, man. Now, I would hope that they broadcast Kim Potter's trial on Court TV, because I got this app on the Fire Stick, okay? And, you know, I love to watch the news. And I love to read and share certain articles with you, let alone something of this, you know, racial issues. This has been going on, if not worsening, since the pandemic. Racism happened before COVID, but ever since COVID struck and fucking Donald Trump was in office, shit got worse and the cancer spread. And that same cancer killed a lot of innocent black people, if not sent them to jail or prison. You know what I'm saying? And I think of Khalid Browder, you know, when he was at Rikers Island. As soon as he got out, he was never the same after that, and he fucking hung himself. I want to see racial inequality put to an end, okay? I also think racial inequality should be labeled a global health crisis, and not just COVID-19 and addiction and mental illness and suicide, okay? Racial inequality should be labeled as a global health crisis. I know a lot of you feel that way too. And that's why I signed up for here too, to address some of the racial issues facing us as a whole, especially with this pandemic, okay? And Kim Potter, meanwhile, she should have had a fucking head examined. She should have never been a cop, okay? She should never have worn that badge if she could not tell the difference between a steel and a zap gun, okay? She drew her gat on purpose, okay? She wanted to smoke a black person just to show how tough she is. She wanted to prove herself to the world, and guess what? It got shoved up her ass, okay? She ain't so tough after all. She thought she could resign and get that pension. Sneaky piece of shit. Well, she's wrong, man. Even if she beats the charges, she's never going to get that fucking pension. I mean, come on. That would be like supporting a serial killer. Think of the Son of Sam Act that prohibits people from profiting off their crimes. I think Kim Potter should be subject to the Son of Sam law. Okay? I think the same rules should apply to her. Okay? I mean, come on. When will this stop? When will it ever end? What have we ever done to deserve to be treated like fucking dogs? What have we ever done to get called the N-word for nothing? I mean, seriously? Come on, man. I'm just dumbstruck by what just happened. Well, I'm happy that she's in jail, but I'm dumbstruck at how this whole thing started. over a fucking misdemeanor. So this man got killed for nothing. Got killed for something that could have easily got him on probation. That robbery thing was just an allegation. But they get to prove anything, and chances are they probably won't. Why? Because he's dead. I'm glad they don't have to prove that he committed a robbery. Because what if he didn't do it? Think about it. Remember, this is an allegation. Okay? And you can't convict somebody based on rumor and hearsay. You have to have physical evidence or you don't got a case. Now, I also pray that Derek Chauvin gets convicted and gets his ass sent to prison, just like Daniel Holtzclaw. When he raped all those black women, the youngest was like 16, 17. Fucked up her life. Fucked up all their lives. You'll say the oldest was like in her 50s and possibly old enough to be his mother, if not his grandmother. Who knows? But Holtzclaw fucked up so many lives, man. He used his badge to try to get away with murder. And when I saw him get convicted on TV, you know what I'm saying? He cried like a bitch. Yeah. What he did was straight up pussy. Not so tough after all, ain't you? And Kim Potter, she's next. You know what I'm saying? She too got to go. They better put her in isolation because these other inmates will probably kill her ass. Because a lot of them is moms and grandmoms. And they're going to stand for that racism shit. And if I was in prison with somebody that committed a crime against a black person, I'd want to take his ass out first chance I get. I'm going to want to try to make myself known. I'm like, look, you don't fuck with the black culture. You don't fuck with black people. Now, I don't mean to sound like a racist, but I'm just telling you, you don't commit crimes against black people, okay? Don't ever judge us as less than human. No, we're more than human, okay? Why do you think Barack Obama took office? Because he's more than human. He wanted to make a difference. David Dinkins became mayor because he was more than human. He wanted to make a difference. I mean, come on, man. This shit gotta end someday. Whether this pandemic ends or not, this racism shit definitely gotta stop. You know? Me being a product of racism, each time I hear these stories, it hits me hard. It just gives me the chills, takes me back to my childhood, especially when I was in school. I mean, I know a lot of you can attest to such a challenge, especially with racial inequality. Some of the challenges that we faced back in the days dating back to slavery, it's a spitting image of what's happening in the now, especially with these cops and the law enforcement and everything, and these schools that's setting up black youth to get locked up, you know? Especially with the broken foster care system, how it treats certain minorities, let alone those of color. And like I said, the whole system is broken. You say, even with medicine, the mental health system, it's broken. Okay? They sometimes don't diagnose people accordingly. They knew the stuff that these minorities went through, but these docs want to play games. You know? Just like the courts, they want to play games with people that commit crimes through no fault of their own, especially self-defense. I had a friend who did 5 years for killing a rapist in self-defense. She stabbed a fucking rapist to death when she was like 12 or 13. And she still got the book thrown at her. And I think Centoya Brown shot a rapist in the head. And she still managed to get 15 years. When she should have at least been tried as a juvenile and got sent away till she was 21. You know? But like I said, this racial inequality thing gotta fucking stop. I don't see nothing cool about that. And Derek Chauvin and Kim Wright, no, Kim Potter, I want to see them burn in hell. They gotta burn for what they did. And trust me, if the death penalty was on the table, they'd be the top fucking candidates to get the chair, if not the knee. Because they killed innocent black people in the first degree, but yet they didn't get charged with first degree murder. You know, Derek Chauvin and Kim Potter, they killed innocent black people for nothing. Okay? And now a lot of you are fuming over this, including myself. That's why I signed up and decided to do this story with you, because I had a lot to share, and I'm glad y'all listening. Okay? The world needs voices. Okay? The man in the black mask is among the many voices that have yet to be heard. Well, he's being heard now, but he's going to get bigger a few years down the line. Watch. I'm just documenting some of the stuff that's facing us as a whole, especially with this pandemic. Because now we don't feel safe in our own fucking country. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us are dead or in jail because of this shit. And it just saddens me to the core to see us put here to suffer, to see us get pissed on and shitted on as if we're like a bunch of little vermin. We're people, we're not animals. Stop treating us like animals. Okay? We're human just like the other race. Okay? We are entitled to respect, and you've yet to give it to us. Now I suggest y'all get your head out of your asses and get back in the game. Put on your big boy panties and give us the respect that we need. And the fucking story. Is that too much to ask? I mean, come on. I mean, this is just not right. I don't see nothing good about that. About killing an innocent black folk. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Okay? We have got to change, okay? We have got to change the world in ways the world has never been changed before. I'm glad our voices is getting heard. I'm glad we're making history. I always wanted to see history made. I always wanted to live long enough to see history get made in a good way, okay? And I'm glad Barack Obama took office, and I'm glad Kamala Harris made history, and so did Amanda Gorman. And I hope if I'm still alive that I get to vote for Amanda Gorman. Because she can put an end to racial inequality. And I'm also hoping Kamala Harris does her job too. And if she would have run for president, I'll fucking vote for her. But like I said, man, we deserve so much better. We don't deserve to be abused just because we come from certain backgrounds. You don't punish us for what we went through. You only punish us for what we do. If we do bad, then we get punished. Okay? You don't never punish people like us for doing good. Okay? And a lot of us have suffered for doing good. And yet we managed to have the book thrown at us. People like myself. I got punished so many times for doing good. I got punished more times for doing good than I did doing bad. And you got no idea how much PTSD I got from all that shit. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that saw Derek Chauvin choke George Floyd with his knee. I'm sure some of them are going to have mental problems, PTSD and anxiety and all this shit because they watch an innocent black person get killed and live in color on national television. And I want to see more protests too. Protests that would mean stop the violence, stop the innocent bloodshed. Like that. Okay? I want fair treatment for all minorities alike, okay? Especially our kids. Because some of us got kids and grandkids. And this affects them too. And a few years down the line. When they go on to have kids and grandkids of their own. Like I said, man, I want to see something positive come out of Black Lives Matter and the black culture. And we must not be defined by our past. We can only be defined by our future, but in a good way. Okay? So, pray for the lives of the innocent black people that suffer. Black Lives Matter. Also, pray for the innocent black people that are currently in jail or in prison, fighting their cases, fighting to clear their names. Black Lives Matter. Anyway, thank you for listening to The Man in the Black Mask. And don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a question underneath the screen and tell me what you think about this bizarre fiasco that I just told you about, that I just shared with you. Okay, because this is very important, okay? And I hope that y'all get a life lesson on this. And I want you to teach your kids certain things too, and your grandkids. Teach them about racial inequality, okay? Tell them the stories of what y'all went through that you don't want your kids and your grandkids to go through, okay? Because I'm sure every parent or grandparent has a story to tell their kids and grandkids, okay? And Please, man, pray for the lives of your kids and grandkids, and pray that your kid or your grandkid don't have to suffer the way George Floyd and Daunte Wright did. Especially people like Kimberly Potter and Sandra Bland, God rest their souls. I mean, seriously, man, this needs to stop. The buck stops here. The buck stops now. Okay, it needs to stop altogether. Okay, this racial inequality bullshit, or more innocent people's lives are going to be destroyed as a result. And I'm also praying that Joe Biden, gives America the justice that is long past due, gives America the life that is way past due. Because so far we ain't living, we're dying. This is like a pandemic within a pandemic. Racism is a pandemic. So notice I said pandemic within a pandemic. Okay? Racism, COVID-19. Okay? Again, like, subscribe, and question underneath the screen, okay? The man in the black mask would love to chat with each and every one of you. Okay? Until then, good luck, be well, and have a good day. Thank you.